Hello, my chariots. Welcome back to my channel for another pick a card reading that I have for you today. Today's reading is your person's thoughts and feelings. All right, so we'll take a look and see what is your person thinking of today at this time when you find this reading. Just reminding you that my readings are all timeless, so you are meant to find them when you do. All right, so before I go through the piles, I just wanted to mention that I did close my Etsy shop right now, taking just a small hiatus, a small summer break, all right, while I do some traveling. So I will let you know once I am back open and ready to start taking private readings. So until then, you can go ahead and check out the readings that I have posted here. The many readings that I've posted over the last 3 years, you can take a look at them. All right. So I think that's it for as far as announcements go. So we can take a look at the 3 piles that I have for you today, and we're looking at cards from the Spirit Animal deck, Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle card. All right, and pile 1, this is the Dolphin Spirit, so this is going to be your reading. Okay. And pile 2, this is the Coyote Spirits. So that will be your reading. And then pile 3, you are the Koi Fish Spirits. All right. So this will be yours. Do what you need to do, my chariots, to pick your pile. If you're drawn to more than one, that's perfectly fine. There may be messages in the other piles that you may need to hear. And if nothing's resonating with you today, if nothing that I'm saying matches your story, your situation, if you feel like you're just not connecting with me, that's okay, all right? You just have to realize that the reading is not for you. These readings are for the collective, not just one person, so they're not always going to match your situation, all right? So take what you can and leave the rest go, all right? And just one more thing, just thanking all my fellow followers that have been with me, my returning subscribers. It's always lovely to have you here. And if you are new to the channel, be sure that you like my videos. If you get a chance, share, do what you need to do to spread some of this energy to others that may need to hear the messages as well. All right, so pick your pile and I will see you there. Hello, pile 1. All right, you chose here the beautiful Dolphin Spirit, and we are looking at today's question. What are your person's thoughts at this time when you find this reading? Okay, so before we dive in, let's just take that moment to gather ourselves and focus. So pile 1, if you can take in a deep breath for me. Just be still, go within. I'm looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust my intuition always. All right, so we have the beautiful dolphin here, pile 1, that you chose. We're looking at number 20, and we have the key statement here, this and that are true. So when we're looking at this dolphin energy, this dolphin spirit energy, we're talking about duality here. The duality of the dolphin itself, because it represents both mammal and sea creature, right? This and that are true. And I feel that, it's an energy that's pointing out two sides to a story almost. There's two truths that exist, the one that you tell and another, perhaps by your person, perhaps by the universe, okay? But it's a choice, okay? And I feel like it's a choice that has led to either joy and or sorrow. And with this dolphin energy, dolphins are very playful. Okay. So I feel, this is the time for you, pile one, to focus on the positive. All right. Light always exists along darkness. All right. And I feel like this is Spirit's way of asking you to acknowledge that, and with the dolphin, enjoy these moments of having fun, of playfulness, enjoy the moments of a weightlessness, being light, find solace in this in-between time that I feel that you may be in when it comes to this person. If you're in that in-between state where you're not sure where things stand, this is the energy of not falling into that darkness, but following the path of light. And this number 20, which reduces to 2, and that is all about duality. But 20 is the card of judgment. It's about that spiritual awakening. And awakenings are very difficult, okay? Awakenings are not easy. So I feel that, many of us that have gone through that awakening and feeling it's it's a time of transition, where you are in between two worlds because you're trying to shed that layer of who you were, and you are trying to feel comfortable in who you are becoming. So it's always a difficult time, right? An awakening. So with this card, Spirit's asking you to be more playful. So let's see what's going on with your person, what they're thinking of right now. Maybe things are heavy for them. They're in a time of heaviness. And like I said, it could just be there's a time of sorrow, or it's the journey of you and your person are sort of in an in-between state. So let's see what your person is thinking. This is the Oceanic Tarot that I'm using today for today's reading. Notice my beautiful shells that I have surrounded here for summer with my candle, Life is Better, off the beach. So definitely feeling a very ocean-like vibe at this moment. The dolphin fits into that beautifully. So let's take a look. The High Priest, wisdom. The Eight of Pentacles, achievement. The Page of Cups, imagination. The Ace of Wands, growth. The Ten of Pentacles, luck. Judgment. So here it is. It came through. All right. Self-reflection. The Four of Wands is here. Reward. The Seven of Cups. Possibility. The High Priestess. Wow, that's really interesting. The High Priestess and the High Priest. Here as the cross card representing intuition. And then the Queen of Pentacles as well, which represents kindness. What else? I'm going to get one from the Kipper deck. Official person. You know, it's amazing when I use the Kipper deck and the Under the Roses Lenormand. There's so many different types of situations or archetypes in the deck, and so often the same cards will often appear. And then I'm going to pull a card from Messages from the Mermaids. Decisions. All right, so let's take a look. So pile one, your person right now. First, let's see what I can point out first before we get started. I do want to point out the Four of Wands is here, that 1111 card. So if you're looking for that, we have that here with Judgment. All right. I'm also very intrigued with this present energy right here of the High Priest and the High Priestess coupled, together. That is like uh, a match, a power couple when I look at it. And yet we have the card of decisions here with this official person. I feel like this is your person. Uh, this is someone that has to deal, I feel, with making a lot of decisions in their life. And I feel the difficult part of this pile one for your person is them sort of not being able to follow their intuition. And I feel there's some sort of energy coming through with this official person here. Um, this prestige, or your person, I feel, is sort of being stubborn, right? This is someone who's very stubborn because they're very proud of their persona in the 3D material world and how they present and show themselves. Okay. And that is very important to them. And because of that, what I see is I feel like this is someone that puts a lot on their plate. Okay. I do feel with the Eight of Pentacles here in this achievement, this is someone that works very hard. All right. So what I'm feeling is that this is someone that is focusing on themselves more at this point of their life, this part of their journey, than they are you. And I know that that is difficult to hear because obviously we're doing the reading based on what your person's thoughts are about you and this connection at this time. And even though I feel like there's this cup of love here that the two of you have experienced in past energy, there was this emotion, this bond. And isn't it beautiful that, you chose the dolphin, and we can see the dolphin here from the past energy, showing me the imagination. So I definitely feel that the two of you, from past have experienced this emotional bond with one another. All right. And there was definitely a playfulness that your person thinks about. I feel with this dolphin spirit here, there was some sort of connection that the two of you had, that your person enjoyed the time that they have had with you. All right. Because I feel that there's this lightheartedness that actually surrounds that meant something to your person, because outside of that, outside of what's going on in their daily life, the commitments that they have to answer to, I feel like things are very serious all the time for this person. I feel that there's a sense of growth with this person, pile one, since they've interacted with you. I love here in the hidden energies is the Ace of Wands. Okay. And in this deck, it's representing growth, but it's that potential. It's that new beginning that spirit is offering to this person of the growth that they, can achieve because of the connection with you. I mean, I asked the question, how do they see themselves when it comes to this connection, and judgment's coming through. So you have definitely opened their minds in some sort of way, pile one, and it's caused them to have to self-reflect, okay? Do a lot of soul searching. But what I do feel is when we're talking about judgment, just like I talked in the beginning with the dolphin energy, this awakening, it is about hearing that call, right? When you wake up and you hear that call. But it's not just about hearing it, it's about being able to answer the call. And I feel like this is where your person sort of is struggling, right? Because I feel that there's a lot of ego involved with your person. And again, their decisions are based out of ego and following their heart and following their intuition. And because of that, that is why I feel the High Priestess is here as the Cups card. This is the obstacle for your person right now. And even though our intuition is never ending, look at this beautiful infinity sign that, the High Priestess is holding in this depiction of the High Priestess. I feel that it's just very troublesome for your person. Right now, they are trying to make their way. When I look at the Eight of Pentacles and I look at the Ten of Pentacles and the future energy, the Four of Wands and the Seven of Cups, this is someone that's trying to exceed in life. All right. And it's not that they're dismissing you. I do feel that there's, again, some sort of pride. There's some sort of pride that your person is dealing with. This is number 22, and that reduces to 4, which is that Emperor power. The Emperor power is all about power and authority, and it's about control. Okay, but the 4s are also about a foundation and a structure. So I do feel like your person has this foundation, this structure on their plate. And there's, again, constant decisions that your person is thinking about, all right, that they need to make. And it's not that they're not focused on you. With the 1111 card here in their environment, I feel like and the Ace of Wands in their hidden energies, I do feel that there's this want and there's this need to connect with you on some level. And yet I feel like there's a struggle here with your person as far as how they stand and what they need to achieve for themselves before they can look at any other option. Their hopes and or fears are the Seven of Cups, and the key word here in this deck is possibility. So there's some sort of possibility that I feel that they connect with you when it comes to the future. But right now, it just seems to be a focus on themselves. Now, I do have to mention with the High Priest here and the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this is an emperor that already has a partner, a spouse, someone that they're already committed to. Okay, and when I look at the Queen of Pentacles with this energy of kindness, this could be the mother of their children. Okay, this is someone that oversees the home that they're looking in, and they, they are part of that team in creating an environment that flows smoothly for this person. Let's see what else I can get. Let's clarify this present energy. The Hermit. Contemplation, yeah. There's a lot of discernment here, I feel, that exists within your person that they do not share with anyone else. Okay, because this High Priestess, she's also a symbol of being mute. She does not speak. And so does the Hermit. The Hermit is one that withdraws. They go within in order to find their intelligence. And yet it's this Hermit, the Virgo energy that we're talking about, again, being able to follow that light, follow that inner voice, follow that inner guidance. And I feel that there's some sort of discernment or contemplation when it comes to your person being able to do that. I'm going to clarify here the future energies of this connection, this Ten of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups. So what I am feeling is something would need to change in this person's environment right now. The Eight of Cups, it's actually calling for change. You often hear me describe the energy as walking away from something. So again, your person, I feel there's something here that they perhaps walked away from you, pile one. All right, and then they are in this situation. They chose to move forward with the situation that they're in now, and yet there's a lot of contemplation and a lot of decisions. I feel like there's an awful lot of pondering that this person does behind closed doors. All right, and they do it within. They do it without expressing their feelings and emotions to you or anyone for that matter. This is someone that when I see this official person here, you know, they hold everything inside to show that they have things under control, but really it's a different world if you were to be able to be that little fly on a wall or to be able to go in and see what this person is constantly dealing with on the inside. So just let me get one more part here. Yeah, the Three of Swords, there's heartache. Your person carries heartache, and the Six of Wands is here about success. I do feel, again, the person that I feel you're dealing with, pile one, is very addicted to material success, public validation. You know, when we're talking about that Six of Wands, Six of Wands does represent victory and success, but oftentimes I feel that I take that energy and I feel it even deeper because this is someone that wants that validation from others. That's why the official person is here. You know, they want that recognition. They really want to be known. And I'm not sure if this is due to childhood, the way they grew up, you know, their past as far as childhood goes. With this card of imagination, I also feel like there's perhaps some dreams of theirs that, you know, they have not yet been able to reach. But whatever the cause is, this person heavily relies on thinking that they need a lot of material success in order to show the world, right, that they have succeeded. And really the problem is that they need to turn inward, right? They need to turn inward and feel that for themselves and know that they are a success for themselves in some way. Because of that, I feel it holds them back from being able to make certain decisions, especially when it comes to the connection between the two of you. And that has left them with heartache, right? There's the Three of Swords here. There's heartache here because I feel that they oftentimes think that they walked away from the wrong person. All right. So I am going to get some messages. Let's get messages from your person. Let's do, this is heart to heart messages from Crystal Moon Oracles, Crystal Moon Oracles. So we'll get messages and then I will close out with an oracle card. You have my whole heart. You make my heart happy. You will hear from me soon. So again, with that hermit energy, for many of you, this is someone that I feel that has pulled back leaving you confused, that has they withdrew their energy from you. They withdrew from communicating with you, and they're kind of just like in their own little cave trying to figure this out. But what really happens is then between the two of you, you feel very isolated, and you feel like you've been left behind, or that you're not important to them. Look at this. We will be together soon. What I'm feeling very much from this energy today, pile one, is someone that really is conflicted inside, and they lead a persona on the outside that doesn't show at all what it is that they are feeling when it comes to their own heart and soul. On the bottom of the deck, I'm attracted to you in ways I cannot explain. So I'm going to close out with a card here from Power of the Moon Oracle. Spirit, what else is it that we need to know at this time in regards to this connection? Balance. Number 19. And I feel that this is something that your person does struggle with. They struggle with their own joy and happiness because of the decisions that they've had to make. All right. And they don't feel in balance because of that. There's something here that they feel off. All right. 19 is the sun. It's the beautiful divine masculine energy of just pure joy. And what did we start with? With the dolphin, which is all about pure joy. And I feel that this is the person exactly when I explained in the beginning that, they're in an in-between stage in their life right now. And I know it may be difficult for you because you've been pulled in as a part of that, but this is something that your person is experiencing, meant to experience as part of their journey. So while they are trying to learn who they are and what it is that they really need in life to bring that true happiness to them, this is your reminder right now to don't wallow in the sorrow of perhaps of what did not work out in regards to this connection, but to embrace the joy and the happiness that you did receive from this connection and use that to move forward and enjoy, all right, the life that you're living right now. All right, pile one. So I'm going to leave the reading here. Let me know in the comment section if it resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile two. All right, you chose the Coyote Spirit here in regards to our pick a card reading today, which we are asking Spirit, what are your person's current thoughts and feelings at this time in regards to them, you and this connection, whatever messages need to come through. Okay? My readings are timeless, so you find this when you are meant to. But before we get started and dive in, let's just take that moment to quiet our minds. So pile two, if you can take in a deep breath for me. Breathe deeper and go within. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust that my highest good is unfolding. So we're taking a look at the Coyote Spirit here. Okay, it's number 16. The statement is trust in divine detours. 16 represents that tower card, the tower. So, there's some sort of upheaval going on here. The coyote spirit, the coyote energy itself represents that trickster energy. So, you may have a feeling regarding this person, or it could be your person where they feel that, that you've been tricked in some sort of way, that you've been led on this journey and it just hasn't worked out the way that you wanted it to. It almost feels like there was a backfire here. And now you're questioning how you ended up here in this situation. And I want you to know that this is Spirit's way of trying to kindly let you know that the trickster energy of the coyote is all about learning a lesson. It's about learning a lesson that you have not faced yet or that you're refusing to see. And you may come back and say, no, 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 I've learned my lessons. I don't think so. All right. I don't think so with the coyote spirit here, because they're asking you to trust in divine detours that occur. All right. Sometimes you need to taste failure before you actually succeed. There's unexpected twists and turns all throughout life that you're going to face. And I feel like this is the reminder where you have to be humble about it. You have to handle these situations when your journey is tested with humility and grace, okay, and integrity. It's kind of that reminder that no matter what, things are exactly as they should be, whether you agree with that or not. And maybe it could be even as simple as that you're not seeing that part of the lesson. So I do feel like there was some sort of shakeup. There was some sort of, something that has thrown you off where you feel confused and you don't know why you're here. Okay, or you don't know why you and your person have ended up in the situation that you are right now. And Spirit's here to tell you to trust in that, right? Trust in your journey, and to be more open when it comes to seeing the lessons that you need to learn. It could also be you may be thinking about your person thinking like, well, they need to learn this and they didn't learn that. And it's probably not surprising that Spirit thinks, no, here's a couple lessons that you need to learn yourself. All right. So let's take a look though and see what comes through. We can see what it is that your person is thinking about focusing on at this time in regards to you, this connection or their life. And I'm using the Oceanic Tarot today. I'm all decked out for summer. I know you can't see my whole setup, but it is on like Donkey Kong. Summer is here. I'm ready to go. Looking forward to soaking up some rays and seeing that wonderful place of the beach that I love to venture to at this time of the year. Justice. The Nine of Wands. Justice is here as balance. The Nine of Wands, defense. The Page of Pentacles, opportunity. The Eight of Wands, travel. The Ace of Cups, love. The World, regeneration. The Page of Cups, imagination. The Three of Cups, reunion. The Knight of Cups, proposals. And the Ace of Swords, victory. I'm going to get one from the Kipper. The Wealthy Man. And then one from Messages from the Mermaids. Inner Knowing. Okay, so I feel with this connection pile too, there's a newness that I'm feeling in this sense of connection that I feel with many of you, things never got off the ground. Okay, if that makes sense. So this is an opportunity that uh, what am I trying to say? Did not happen, did not come to fruition, I guess, is a way to put it. Um, I feel like there's definitely some sort of distance that occurs between the two of you, where I feel that for some of you, you've not either met face to face or you've not been physically intimate in some way. This is an energy coming through of what could be, what could have been, and yet it has not happened. I feel that there's a lot of emotion that your person does carry for you, and I feel maybe some of that trickster energy is giving you the impression that they don't care, and I don't feel that that's the case. All right. Um, I feel that there's regret here, that there was an opportunity that they could have taken from the past, and they didn't. And that's why this Knight of Cups, this card of proposals is the cross card. Okay. I feel right here, in the center of your person's energy is this Justice card. So I do feel that they are in the middle of this karmic cycle in their life. All right. And it's calling for some sort of balance. But the strong message or energy, I should say, that I need to convey is that, there is this love here that your person definitely carries for you. And yet I feel like there's a sense of loss because they did not speak up when they could have. There's this energy here of when they had the opportunity, they didn't come forward. It's almost this energy coming through that they didn't fight for you is what I'm feeling. I feel that they think the world of you. I feel like they think very highly of you, and they feel for you, and they know in their heart, there's this inner knowing here, okay, that they can have this beautiful love, this Ace of Cups here, this love that they could share with you. All right, they know this. And yet there's something that happened. I don't know if the two of you had a falling out, or was there some sort of painful ending that occurred, because they're giving this impression with the Nine of Wands here that they've blocked themselves, okay, from you. Whether that's they've blocked their energy, whether they've blocked their heart, whether they've blocked you physically, like online, whether it comes to social media or something like that. There's some sort of defense here that your person is taking. They're very defensive right now. They're almost in the sense of denial that they have to block and keep themselves from you. I'm looking at this card here of the wealthy man that they're coming through as. Now this is number 13, and that's the death card, which is all about rebirth, and it's about transformation. It's interesting because I feel that with the death card here, number 13, and we also have number 16 representing that tower moment, I feel that you've really thrown a kink in their world, sort to speak. You've thrown some sort of kink in their world, or caused some sort of upheaval. I feel that has messed with their heart, not meaning like, messed with it in a bad way, but it's almost like I feel that this person has connected with you, and this world card is representing regeneration here, but it's almost as if they feel wealthy in the sense that they feel that they've gained so much from you in some way, and I feel a lot of that has to do with compassion and understanding. And yet what's difficult is because I feel this love that's coming through, and I feel the way that your person is portraying themselves externally, gives you the impression that they really that they've forgotten you, or that they don't care. And I don't feel that at all. In fact, there's hope for them someday that the two of you will be able to reunite. They want a victory from this, because I feel that there's some sort of truth and clarity that needs to come out here. All right. You have two aces in this reading, which is showing me that your person wants this potential beginning, this opportunity to gain truth, to gain clarity, to be open to being able to give and receive this cup of love that's coming up in the future energies. There's a hope for that. Let me see what else is going on here. Let me first clarify this present energy. I want to clarify the Nine of Wands too. I want to see, why are they so defensive? Or let's first clarify this Justice card. Now that's Libra energy. So they're out of balance in some way, where they're trying to find peace and harmony within themselves, possibly within this situation. The Three of Wands, motivation. A lot of fire. You see this fire energy that's straight in a line here. Look at this, even too, the Six of Wands. So there's this fire energy. There's this passion. Maybe your person is, has the zodiac of the fire element when it comes to Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, where they're just a very, they have a fiery energy about them. the Three of Wands, I feel, is another sign that there's some sort of distance here. So I feel the need that they have thought about, what it would be like to travel towards you or see you face to face. Okay, see you face to face. Two cards of, wanting victory and success in regards to this connection. And the Three of Wands is showing me that they're waiting for this right opportunity. They're waiting for that right moment to motivate themselves. Can we clarify this Nine of Wands? Judgment. I feel a similar energy to pile one in some sort of way where there's a struggle here with your person that there's a struggle here when it comes to self-reflection, self-worth. And here's, wow, King of the Ocean. So here's the Emperor. Yeah, I feel, you may want to go back and check pile one. I do feel something similar here. This wealthy man may be representing also, again, like emperor-like. But see, that emperor energy to me shows barriers. So your person has created barriers in regards to your connection. So what is it exactly that holds them back? Okay, that holds them back. And even on the bottom of the deck, I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune, which is about destiny. And yet I feel like, again, we're talking about the coyote and the trickster energy, but everything is as it should be in some way. There are lessons that need to be learned here that you're either not seeing or your person isn't seeing as well. Let's clarify the future energy, and then I'm going to get some messages from your person. The Four of Pentacles, security. And the Lovers, very interesting choices on the bottom of the deck. We have the Five of Pentacles, which is showing me abandonment, okay? Sadness, missing you. So, here's this Emperor who very much, I feel, is missing you, realizing, knowing that they have this opportunity. They have this chance to be able to come forward, to express their love that they have for you. And yet, I get this very strong feeling like this is something that they don't want to let go of. And, it could be that trickster energy as well, because they're implying and they're giving you the impression that they're this emperor, this wealthy man that maybe, things are good for them. And yet I'm feeling similar to pile one that, your person has intense feelings for you. They're holding something in or holding something back from you. And the Six of Wands is here. So again, I don't know what this person has going on, because the Six of Wands, shows me, it's very similar to pile one, where they need victory, they need success. Oftentimes the Six of Wands represents public recognition for me. So is this a connection that's hidden that others don't know about? Because there's this need to be able to come forward. I feel like I'm looking even at this Judgment, and she's sounding the shell, the horn, but yet I feel like there's something here that your person feels like they want to get off their chest, or they want to come forward and express that they haven't. They haven't. And part of me feels like they haven't also is because they're waiting for, with this Three of Wands, they're waiting for this opportunity for when they can see you in person. Because I feel like whatever it is that they have to tell you, it's something that they want to tell you face to face. They feel that it doesn't warrant an email or a phone call, or a text message. Okay. And that's why I'm getting this strong feeling that maybe perhaps the two of you have not formally have been face to face in this 3D material world. I feel that there's a connection here, definitely, that you've experienced beyond that. But as far as reality goes, you have not experienced that yet. Okay, so let's get some messages from your person, and then I'll close out. I'm going to do Hidden Truth Oracle for this group. So let's see what messages your person has for you at this time. If anything else comes out. King of Cups. That's Scorpio energy, understanding. I feel that your person definitely understands the emotions that they have for you. The problem is expression and coming forward and speaking that truth. Just being near you is intoxicating. I left you before you could leave me. You speak to me through music. That's very interesting. So your person may be reminded, or you are, of your person when it comes to certain songs that you hear. I lost myself for a little while. Get one more. I feel you leaving me behind. So, it's like they're trying to hold on, I feel, to the energetic connection that they have with you, even though I feel that they've somehow left you before you can leave them. There's something, I feel like some sort of ending that occurred here that has created this barrier, and your person's feeling very defensive. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, I'm becoming a better person. So we'll close out with a card from Queen of the Moon. The Path. Number 8, which calls for strength. It's showing me that there's a journey here. This woman, here's this ladder to this portal basically, and there's a feeling here where maybe one or both of you, and I feel that it could be equal, that strength is needed here. Courage of the heart, the courage to be able to experience true love with one another, that is needed here. This isn't just an easy path that you walk down and live happily ever after. All right. There's something that is calling for one or both of you to be strong, to be bold. All right. And even on the bottom of the deck, I'm looking at growth. I feel that there's a lot of growth and change that's going on right now in regards to this person. All right, pile 2. So I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated with you, and I will see you again at the next reading. Hello, pile 3. All right, welcome to your reading. We're asking Spirit today what your person's current thoughts are in regards to you, this connection, what's going on in their life at this time. We'll see what messages come through, what it is that Spirit wants you to hear most. All right, so before we get started, let's just take that moment. So pile 3, if you can take in a deep breath. Breathe deeper. Quiet your mind. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. Excuse me. And I trust the guidance that my third eye gives to me. Pile 3, this Pennsylvania humidity when these storms roll in. My gosh, it's so humid. You would think I'm living in the South, but the humidity is just awful. I would love to go out and experience Arizona where there's dry heat just to see how hot it is without the humidity that is in the air. We've been having storms nonstop for the last week, so it's just so humid here. Okay, I digress. Koi fish spirit. So this is a message. This is a card about prosperity. It's a card about abundance, pile 3. So I feel like either you or your person need to be reminded of the abundance and the prosperity that you have within you and around you. This is card number 36. It reduces to 9, and that's that hermit, and this is all about self-reflection, soul searching, and going within and being able to hear your inner voice, your inner light, and to be able to follow that. A koi fish, if you're not sure, these are big fish, but they grow in these small ponds. In fact, the one restaurant in my little town village here is called the Koi. I think it's called the Koi Restaurant, and they have koi ponds all around. So it's these small ponds, but yet these fish grow so large. So this is a reminder about abundance. It's about reminding yourself to generate that wealth that comes from within, right? No matter how small your pond is. So, this is being grateful for what you have, having gratitude for the abundance and what you have in this present moment right now. All right. You are of much value. So this may be a reminder to you, pile 3, the value that you carry in this world that perhaps you are neglecting. Right? It's a message that you need to do not underestimate who you are, who you attract, what you have. It's all very powerful, even though you may not see it, even though you have forgotten about it or you've taken it for granted in some way. Okay? So I'm going to put this card over here and let's take a look. Let's see what comes through tarot today. The Hanged Man, limbo. The Queen of Swords, resilience. The Vortex, temptation. That's devil energy. The Seven of Cups, possibility. The Three of Swords, heartache. And this is the Oceanic Tarot. The Page of Swords, gossip. The Lovers, The Four of Swords, recovery. The Queen of the Ocean. Wow, the Empress, which obviously represents abundance, and that's what this reading from this koi fish is pulling. The Eight of Wands, travel. Number 30, judication. Oh my gosh, abundance. That's amazing. Look, I flipped this over and I have to keep it because on the bottom here is love, which I feel is necessary. So, wow. Pile 3. Your person is so tempted by you, all right? When we're talking about that devil energy of temptation, um, obsession, I feel that your person really has it for you. They realize the abundance that exists with you, okay? They feel the abundance that exists. They feel the intensity and the deep love here that has occurred. I definitely feel that, uh, your person's watching you. They're definitely keeping an eye on you because we have this hanged man energy right in the center. And the key word for this is limbo. So I feel like they are in some sort of limbo phase where they're not really doing anything, where they're not taking any action in regards to this Empress here that exists. And I feel that the reason, and I know this is probably going to just affect a few of you, but there's a clear message coming through here that your person is waiting for you, pile 3, in the sense that I feel that this Empress is legally bound to someone else. They are married, they are connected, there's a spouse here for you. And there's this energy coming through that, the reason why this Empress is the cross card, like what is hindering this connection is you, because they feel like, I feel that there'd be look at this is even number 30, reducing to 3, which is the Empress. So I feel like your person is waiting for this, you, the Empress, to do something. And I feel that it would have to involve something, of a higher level commitment, such as separation or divorce. We have the Lovers here in your person's environment, this Gemini energy, feeling the intense connection and how they feel so drawn to you, this vortex that I'm seeing from the past energies. The possibility that they carry with them inside their hearts. The Queen of Swords is here showing me that, I feel a heart-to-heart communication, conversation is really needed, right? And I feel that this is something that your person is struggling with because they know it's something that they need to come forward and talk to you about, and yet I feel that they don't. All right, they feel that they're not ready. There's some sort of fear here. And yet the future energies, I see a lot of heartache and recovering from that. There's heartbreak here. There's heartache. There's a fear. There's almost this fear that that's coming through that you would not choose them. Like they're afraid that if they actually came forward and they spoke their truth, this Libra energy that's here, which is what they need in order to bring peace and harmony within themselves. There's still a fear here that it's almost too, the Page of Swords is here showing me that they're still watching you. They're still heavily invested, I feel, energetically with you. The key word here in this Page of Swords is gossip. Like I almost get this feeling that I don't want to say that they've conjured up, but that in their mind, they've already made this decision that they feel that you would turn away from them for whatever reason, for whatever choice. When it comes to a choice, they feel that you would turn away from them at this point, which causes them heartache, which causes them from not being able to speak freely. So again, it's odd because in some sense I feel like they're waiting for you, and yet they feel the abundance and love so strongly here. Let's see. Let me clarify this present energy here. The chariots, movements. Yeah, they really want to move forward. There's this emotion that's flowing through here. This is Cancerian energy. This is the year of the chariot, all right? And the chariot is all about making that emotional decision to move forward. So I feel like, there is this momentum that's building. You see this vortex. You see this vortex that the two of you are caught in. I feel that both of you are caught in this energy vortex where it's like you're trying to part from each other, and yet the magnet is still there. You're still magnetized towards each other because of this abundance that you feel. Like it's almost like you're trying to go your separate ways, and yet I still feel like again this pull that's going on between the two of you, and because of that I feel like there's this momentum that's building right now. The Eight of Wands is here, which is that travel. It's also the card of communication. There's something here about communication with the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Something needs to be spoken, like words need to be said. Let's clarify the future energies here. This Three of Swords. There's this energy, talking about abundance and being grateful. I feel like there's this energy of you both feel grateful for each other entering your life, which is huge because that's what this koi fish energy is all about. And yet you do see the struggle in the journey, the heartache that exists here because things can't move smoothly right now at this moment. Let's clarify this heartache here. The Wheel of Fortune, destiny. There's a strong feeling that both of you still feel destined towards each other in some way. What will be, will be. I feel that both of you dream about that a lot. Your person, especially with all these fish that are part of this wheel that's turning, the fish representing imagination, dreaming. The Four of Pentacles, security. And the Magician, manifestation. So it's like you're both, with the Four of Pentacles here, there's this, you're both holding on to this connection in some way. And I feel the future energies is showing me that your person is definitely trying to manifest something in their life that is connected with you. And I do feel that maybe you feel this and you're trying to stop that from happening. And that's why this Empress is also on its side. I definitely feel that there's something that's revolving around the divine feminine that is preventing this connection from being able to move forward. But I also feel that there's a little bit, how do I explain this? What's the word I'm looking for? Not stubbornness, but it's almost like your person is looking at the situation such as, like, well, you need to do this. I'm not doing, A, B, C, or D till I see this from you, and that's showing me some sort of stubbornness or the refusal of your person accepting their part and their responsibility when it comes to this magnetic connection, and I'm even looking, the bottom of the deck is showing me gratitude. Again, like you're both grateful for each other, and yet there's this stubbornness because I feel that the magnetic connection that the both of you have is very powerful. It's very strong. And yet I do feel that this divine feminine needs to do something. And yet this divine masculine, is trying to control the tools that he has in this lifetime to create the destiny that he's looking for. So definitely some stubbornness, that's here. I wish there's another word I'm looking for and it's not flowing with me. Again, we can use a sense of pride here, but it's more of the energy that your person feels like they need to do this. There's this need coming from them, like they've made this decision that they need to remain from speaking their truth until something else happens here. If you connect with this reading, I feel like you'll know what that means for you. If this doesn't make any sense, then go check out pile 1 or 2. The Nine of Pentacles is also here showing me freedom and independence. So this vortex that the two of you are caught in energetically, and yet either I do feel strongly you and your person do not have the freedom and the independence at this moment to be able to move where it is that I feel energetically in the 5D you already are. So let's get messages from your person. All right. I feel that I am not good enough for you. Interesting. There is a void within me needing to be filled. Can we start over? If I could change things right now, I would. I'm sorry I pulled away from you. I was not ready to face my feelings that I have for you. I just want you to be happy. And on the bottom of the deck, I spend a lot of time working to distract myself from you. All right, let's close out with Queen of the Moon. Wow, self-love. Number 6, the Lovers is already here. We're talking about that intense feeling that you both have for one another. And you feel that, and that's a trigger, right? That's a trigger, and it's a scary thing. I feel especially for your person, pile 3, because I feel that they can feel the love that you have for them, and they know what they feel for you, okay? I can see it and feel it in the energy here. But what triggers this is that I feel that I'm not good enough to, what happens here is the love they feel from you, they don't feel within themselves. And that can be a very, that can be a very scary thing. So, there's a message coming through here about, both of you needing to find the self-love within yourselves and being able to reach that point and overcome it. I feel what goes on here with this connection is a beautiful thing. Number 20. It's beauty. There's something very beautiful about the connection you both feel with one another, despite the circumstances that may be going on here on Earth right now. And yet you both feel that beauty as well. But it's something that I feel needs to be conquered within each of you, is working on that self-love first. Okay? So I'm going to leave the reading here, pile 3. Hope it resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you again at the next reading. Bye.